Good day, ma'am. Today, we're going to discuss the Chapter 12, the Environment and Sustainability. So, in this presentation, we'll be looking at how our industry intersects with the natural world and why adopting a sustainable mindset is no longer optional, but it's essential. So, to start, we have to acknowledge a hard truth every year. So, the hospitality industry's footprint grows. So, this has directly contributed to the global climate crisis. We've seen the consequences firsthand from the global disruptions of COVID-19 pandemic to local environment shifts like the Boracay shutdown and the Taal volcano eruption. So as the slide says, old ways won't open new doors. If we want to move forward, industry players must move away from outdated practices and become fully aware of how hospitality impacts environment sustainability. So hospitality industry impacts the environment. So it contributes to climate issues, affects both industry and communities, and it needs for social sustainable practices. So why does it matter? So why exactly does it matter? The hospitality industry is a major contributor to climate issues affecting both the business itself and the surrounding communities. So globally, we are seeing a rise in climate change, so shifting weather patterns that affect travels, pollution. This includes air, water, and even noise pollution from a large resorts or transport hubs. Next is resource depletion. So high water and energy usage. So because our industry has such a significant impact, we have a unique responsibility to implement sustainable practices. So, the world is taking a notice. So, on a global scale, the American Hotel and Lodging Association, or the AHLA, is a leading research and educational efforts to find green solutions. So, closer to home, the Philippine Council for Sustainable Development is driving Philippine Agenda 21. So, this initiative works across sectors, especially in tourism, to promote sustainability while simultaneously aiming to reduce poverty. So, our biggest challenge today is finding a balance between economic success, environmental protection, and social equity, ensuring that the profits are distributed fairly and local cultures are respected. So next is the motivations for care for the atmosphere. So when we talk about motivations for care, we often look at the triple bottom line. So this framework suggests that a company's success isn't just a measure by money. We must look at the first is the people, so social responsibility and equity. Second is the planet, environmental stewardship. Then the profit is the economic viability. So different companies have different motives. So some are driven by regulations, others by a sense of duty, but the is to find the sweet spot where all three cities overlap. So next is the economic interest. So finally, let's look at the economic interest. So it is a misconception that going green is just an expense. So in many cases, environmental policies provides major economic advantages. So take a simple example. So switching from a incandescent bulbs to compact fluorescent lamps. So this results energy consumptions which lowers the hotel utility bills and by extension. It reduces the pollution generated by power plants. Sustainability, when done right, is actually a smart business strategy that drives long term growth.
So, good morning, everyone. So, next slide is the regulatory concern. So, regulatory concerns refer to the rules, law, and politics that businesses must follow to operate legally and safely. In hospitality industry, they include environmental law, health and safety standards and labor regulations, and energy management policies. Following these regulations help the hotel protect guests employees and environments and avoid illegal problems or panelists. So next is business dynamic. So today, a lot of customers ang concerned sa environmental like clean air, water, and nature. So because of this, um, businesses are because push to become more eco-friendly. So for example, imagine so at a hotel near at the beach. Then if the hotel threw waste into the sea, it doesn't manage cleanliness. So the tourists will complain and stop booking. Di ba lainon if the ang hotel is daghang mga basura. But if the hotel use the eco-friendly processes like proper disposal ways and reducing plastic use, so daghan jo ang maka-attract ng mga customer. Also, big travel companies only works with business na misunod sa environmental standard, but if dili sila mo sunod sa environmental standard, possible na walan sila na mga customers. And then partners. So naapod sila yung standard like ISO 14,000 nga mingtabang sa business to manage the environment. So ISO 14,000, it is a set of international standard about environmental management. So if mugamit ang hotel ani ang ISO 14,000 is might be the hotel reduce plastic use, save companies and regulate organization protect the environmental while, while doing their businesses. The next is dimensions of social responsibilities. So this part talk about how companies care for the environment and society. So big hotel companies like Marriott International, others businesses include environment like processes in their operations to help the guests, employees, and communities. So it's also explained that food businesses like Starbucks and McDonald's support environmental and programs such as recycling and waste management, helping communities, and partnering with the environmental organization. So the main idea in the business should not only earn money but also help protect nature and society. The next is conservations and management of energy. So these sections explains why saving energy is important in hospitality businesses. So hotel use a lot of electricity, water, fuel, heating and cooling system. So because of this, hotels spend a lot of money on earn and also produce a pollution like smoke and harmful gases. So to reduce the pollutions and save money, hotels focus on using the least electricities, improve energy efficiency, managing resources properly. So these help the environmental and lower operations costs. Then good management practices. So the last part give example of the good energy management in facilities. So keeping record of electricity's use and in energy costs, maintaining equipment and facilities properly, following proper procedures and documents and for smooth operation. So these practices help the businesses become organized, cost efficient, and environmental friendly. So in simple overall explanation, so the whole message of the image is hotel and businesses should balance profit with responsibilities by protecting the environment, saving energies, and helping society. So good environmental practices make businesses more sustainable, efficient, and responsible for the future. So, keeping record of for this energy use and electricity costs is important because it helps the managers monitors how much energy a facilities consumes. So without the proper record or procedures, manager cannot track expenses and energy usage effectively. So some companies use the advanced systems to monitor energy consumptions more accurately. So for example, Intercontinental Hotel Group created a database systems to track and compare the energy efficiency of the hotel. So the passage also explains the importance of the summary tiering, which help the businesses monitors energy use in different areas such as food service, lodging, and other operations. Proper maintenance and of equipment like boiler and chiller is also necessary because dirty or poorly maintained equipment waste energy and reduce efficiency. So poor water treatment can also cause systems to work improperly, leading to unnecessary energy and water consumption. Then next is the energy saving solutions involved. So the image explains how the hotel can save energy and reduce costs by improving equipment performance, reducing unnecessary use and electricities, lowering energy. Simple practices like use energy efficiency light and sensor, proper temperature, and maintaining equipment help hotel become more effective and environmental friendly.
So the next is the effectiveness of machine. So this lesson explains how about the effectiveness of machines, especially lighting. So it compares incandescent lamps and fluorescent lamps. So ang incandescent lamps is only produce about 20 lumens per watt, while ang fluorescent lamps nag-produce siya around 60 lumens per watt. So this means nga ang fluorescent lamps give the same brightness while using less electricity. So because of this, hotels and business should use energy efficient equipment to save money and reduce environmental impact. So it also explains that the turning of machines, lights, and equipment were not in use helps reduce and wasted electricity. So next is UNWTO or Sustainable Development Goals and the lodging industry. So it explains the connection between tourism, hotels, and sustainability. As a tourism visit a place, the demands for hotels also increase. So hotels, tourists, and local communities depend on each other. So they have a close relationship. Sustainable practices help protect the environment and support the local economy and community. So the last part discuss the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs. So many travelers now prefer eco-friendly hotels according to Booking.com's report. So sustainability focuses on four pillars: human, social, economic, and environmental. So the UN created in 17 CDGs in 2015 to help solve global problems like poverty, inequality, climate change, and environmental destruction. So ang hotels can support these goals by saving energy, reducing waste, and promoting responsible tourism. So the CDGs are global goals created to promote sustainability, protect the environment, and improve people lives. So hotel can use these goals to make their business more responsible and guest friendly. So the first is define and commit. Hotel must identify which areas of their operations can be connected to the SDGs. So this includes housekeeping, sales and marketing, and customer service. For example, ang housekeeping can reduce water and electricity usage, while ang customer service makapromote sila inclusivity and guest well-being. So ang second is alignment. So the Hotels should communicate with the stakeholders such as employees, managers, franchises, and guests para everyone should understand how the hotel's policies and goals support sustainability. So this helps create teamwork and shared responsibility. So next is the development and goals and KPIs. So KPIs or key performance indicators are used to measure progress. So hotels can create goals like reducing plastic waste, saving energy, or improving customer satisfactions. Or these measurements help track if the hotel is successfully following the SDGs. So the fourth is revisit business strategies. So hotels should review the current practices and improve them based on sustainability goals. For example, they may use eco-friendly products, support local communities, or introduce recycling recycling programs. So now, let's talk about the advantages of using SDGs in hotels. So, first is it drives growth because more guests prefer environmentally responsible hotels. So, second is it addresses risks by helping hotels prepare for environmental and social challenges. Third is it attracts investment since many investors support sustainable businesses. Fourth is it focuses business importance by encouraging hotels to think not only about the profit but also about the people and the planet. So the fifth it is increase the brand appeal because customers appreciate business that care about sustainability. So six is it appeals to a broader audience, especially younger travelers who support eco-friendly practices. So lastly is it pays off it pays off commitment because sustainable actions can improve the hotel's reputations and long-term success. So in this conclusion, using the SDGs helps hotels become the more responsible, competitive, and successful while also helping society and the environment. Thank you, and that is our report.